Hello friends, I am Shushant Raghavan. Welcome to Technical and Quality Session. For understanding the technical requirements and quality standards in clothing industry, making a sustainable garment, I have good practical experience in the apparel manufacturing sector. My skills are CAD pattern making, sample development, technical requirements, and measuring quality performance. Today's session is about common defects in denim sewing. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Now let's begin the presentation. Common defects in denim sewing. Suggestion and solutions for removing the defects. Denim sewing. Most jean manufacturers put their products through various wash processes after manufacturing, and some of these processes can be very harsh. The thread must be able to withstand all of this process and hold the seams together for the life of the garment. What is the weight of denim fabric? How large top stitching thread is required? What finishing procedures will the jeans be subjected to? What quality issues need to be addressed? With these questions answered, you will be able to produce jeans that meet the requirements for today's huge variety in jeanswear. Common defects in denim sewing. Defect photo solution. Broken stitches, needle cutting. Description: where the thread is being broken, where one seam crosses another seam. Example: bartacks on top of waistband stitching, seat seam on top of rise seam, resulting in stitch failure. Use a larger diameter thread on operations where the thread is being cut. Make sure the proper stitch balance is being used. On a chain stitch seam on denim, you normally would like to maintain a 60 by 40% relationship of needle thread to looper thread in the seam. Use needles with the correct needle point. Change the needles at regular intervals on operations where the needle cuts are occurring frequently. Use a higher frequency Prima core thread, poly wrapped polycore, or D-core thread, cotton wrapped polycore. Broken stitch abrasion. Description: where the thread is broken during stone washing, sandblasting, hand sanding, etc., broken stitches must be repaired by restitching over the top of the stitch line. Use a larger diameter thread on operations where excessive abrasion is occurring. Example: use Tex 120 on waistband. Make sure stitches are balanced properly. Use a magic hair entangled thread in the looper due to its lower seam profile, making it susceptible to abrasion. Example: use Tex 92, Tex 135, magic in loopers of the yoke, seat and waistband seam. Broken stitches due to chemical degradation. Description: where thread is being compromised by the chemicals used during laundering, resulting in loss or change of color and seam failure. It is recommended to go to larger thread sizes when the denim garments will be subject to harsh chemical washes. To achieve the best laundering results, make sure that the water temperatures and pH levels are correct and that the proper amounts of sequence of chemical dispersion are within guidelines. Make sure the garments are being rinsed properly to neutralize the chemicals in the fabric. Monitor the drying process, cycle times and temperatures to make sure they are correct so that the best possible garment quality can be achieved. Unravelling seams. Description: where either the stitch has been broken or a skip stitch has occurred. This will cause seam failure unless the seam is restitched. This may include going to a higher performance thread designed to minimize sewing interruptions. Observe sewing operators for correct material handling techniques. Sagging or rolling pockets. Description: where the pocket does not lay flat and rolls over after laundering. Make sure the sewing operators are not holding pockets back excessively when setting the front pocket. Make sure the hem is formed properly and that excessive fabric is not being put into the folder that will cause the hem to roll over. Check to make sure pocket is cut properly and that pocket curve is not too deep. Use a reinforcement tape on the inside of the pocket that may help prevent the front panel from stretching along the bias where the front pocket is set. The type and weight of denim along with the fabric construction may contribute to this problem. Contact your fabric supplier for assistance. Skipped stitches. Description: where the stitch forming device misses the needle loop or the needle misses the looper loop. Skips are usually found where one seam crosses another seam and most of the time occurs right before or right after the heavy thickness. Use coarse spun thread. Use minimum thread tension to get a balanced stitch. Use the idle foot feed and plate that helps to minimize flagging. Training sewing operators not to stop on the thickness. Make sure the machine is feeding properly without stalling. Make sure the machine is not back feeding. Ragged inconsistent edge. Description: where the edge of the seam is extremely ragged or rolls inside the stitch. Make sure the sewing machine knives are sharpened and changed often. The knife should be adjusted properly in relation to the stitch tongue on the needle plate to obtain the proper seam width or width bite. Wavy seams on stretched denim. Description: where the seam does not lay flat and is wavy due to the fabric stretching as it was sewn or during subsequent laundering and handling operation. Use minimum pressure foot pressure. Instruct sewing operators to use proper handling techniques and not stretch the fabric as they are making the seam. Where available, use differential feed to compensate for the stretch of the fabric. Ropy hem. Description: is where hem is not laying flat and is skewed in ropy hem appearance. Instruct the sewing operator to make sure they get the hem started correctly in the folder before they start sewing. Also make sure they don't hold back excessively as the seam is being sewn. Use minimum roller or pressure foot pressure. Twisted legs. Description: is where the side seam twists around to the front of the pant and distorts the appearance of the jeans. Instruct the sewing operator to match the front and back properly so they come out the same length. Make sure the cut panels are of equal length coming to the assembly operation. Check fabric quality and cutting for proper skew. Make sure the sewing machine is adjusted properly for uniform feeding of the top and bottom plies. Disappearing stitches in stretched denim. Description: is where the thread looks much smaller on seam sewn in the warp direction than in the weft direction of the fabric. Use a heavier thread size, text 120 on stretched denim, text 135, text 150 on top stitching. Go to a longer stitch length from 9 to 7 SPI. Make sure the thread tensions are as loose as possible so the thread sits on top of the fabric rather than bearing in the fabric on seams sewn in the warp. Thread discoloration after laundry. Description: is where the thread picks up the indigo dyes from the fabric, giving the thread a dirty appearance. A common discoloration would be the pickup of a greenish or turquoise tint. Use thread with proper color fastness characteristics. Correct pH level too low and water temperature too low during laundry. Use the proper chemical and laundry cycles. Use denim call PCC in wash or similar additive. Do not overload washers with too many garments at one time. Thank you for watching. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Please comment your valuable thoughts and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when I post a new presentation. Bye, have a good day.